2026 brought a new side of regular realignment to the NCHSAA. With the state increasing to 8 classifications, the Western Foothills absorbed half the CBAC, creating a 9-team 4A, 5A split, meaning conference play started opening day. That didn't matter for the reigning NCHSAA 3A state champs of North Lincoln. The Knights have started their defense unscathed, rounding the bases often just as King Arthur held at his table in their quest for the school's third Holy Grail. However, there's a storm brewing, and the Red Tornadoes have just a flesh wound as Hickory looks to take over possession of first place in Lincolnton. Coming up next.
Baseball University of the Blue Ridge welcomes you to the Western North Carolina Scout Streaming Series. We're live on the campus of North Lincoln High School for a Western Foothills conference matchup between the Hickory Red Tornadoes and the North Lincoln Knights. Well, we are in the manor, as they call it, Night Country. And I'll tell you what, it is a baseball-heavy culture down here. We just saw the JV team knock out North Lincoln by a football score. What was the final there? Like 21-0?
I didn't even catch. Last I looked was 18.
It's just insane the amount of talent that they've been pumping out of this neighborhood. Again, you can see it out here on the outfield fence. 2019 state champs, 2025 state champs. And again, they're going to try to make a run for a third this year in the new conference alignment. But they got a mighty task ahead of them because there's tornado warnings in Lincoln County, and they're red, and they're whipping through with a lot of athletic talent at the top of the roster. Great coaching backgrounds to talk about today. First, we're going to jump into Hickory and talk about David Kraft Jr. This is his 36th. Again, you read that right. That's 36 years at Hickory, 38th as a head coach total. He was actually a Hickory High School graduate. He was a 3-sport athlete in high school. He went on to attend Wingate. And when he took over Hickory, his father had actually had the helm before him, and the gym is actually named after David Sr. So David Jr., he's been very involved with Hickory. Obviously, we talked about the many years coaching, but he's been the AD since 2019. He's also, in the past, been involved with the football team. He was their assistant football coach from 1990 to 2009. And again, before starting at Hickory in 1991, he had 2 years at West Iredell, where he went 20-19. And at Hickory, he's played a few more. He's 515 wins to 337 losses. That's good for a .604 winning percentage. Puts him at 535 and 356 all time. So, yes, he is no stranger to competition, no stranger to talent, and no stranger to North Lincoln. And on the other side, Charlie Goss. It's his 9th year at North Lincoln, 5th as the head coach. He was East Lincoln class of 2012. He actually played for Chris Mateel over there. And just like Mateel, he went to Concord University. He was there for 4 seasons, 2012 to 2016. He was a grad assistant after his playing career at Concord. And then he came to coach the Knights. And obviously his claim to fame is winning the championship last year, that 3A state championship. And his total record, he's been cruising with North Lincoln. He's 78 and 33, good for a .703 winning percentage. Well, that Western Foothills Conference was forced into conference play in the first week of the season. So a little nutty for them and the Southern Piedmont. They both have, I believe, 9 teams in the conference?
Yeah, a couple of 9-team conferences. Haven't really seen that since the last realignment back when I was in high school, where we had 9 teams in the MAC. But you see here, Western Foothills 4A, 5A. Got reigning.
Oh, look at you and your misspelling errors. Great job.
Where?
Coaches.
Oh, my Lord.
Love it. Anyway, he's going to keep it up there. You know, Hunter has a college degree. I can prove it. But preseason coaches poll.
See, I deleted that because I was about to put Western Foothills there, and so then I retyped it.
Hey, look, we're 2 employees doing a 14-person job. Well, we were actually counting the other day when we were looking at the broadcast at the World Baseball Classic. We were kind of predicting how many people it takes to run a professional game. Like, we're doing just fine for 2. But anyway, when we asked all the coaches to vote and rank each other, this is how it came out. North Lincoln was your heavy favorites with 7 first-place votes. East Lincoln off to a tough start, but they will get better. They have some respect with 2 first-place votes, and there's Hickory at number 3. So Hickory's going to be there pushing towards the top.
Well, I'd like to mention last year North Lincoln got off to, I think it was was a 9-8 start and then proceeded to win 14 out of the next 15. So it don't matter where you start off in conference play or in your projections. If you have what it takes to win some games like North Lincoln did last year, we could see anybody from East Lincoln to Maiden to even say a team like West Iredale kind of in the middle of the pack could win. So.
Well, someone's going to have to knock North Lincoln off quickly, though, because tonight between them and Hickory, it's only March, but this has conference title implications. So these two are going to square up twice this week. Hickory, I mean, they would love to blaze a trail and leave their mark here before bringing it home on Friday. So let's hop into the power rankings from this week, brought to you by House of Power and Peak Performance.
Well, what do you want to talk about first? You want to talk about mountains or the foothills?
Let's stick with the foothills since we're down here. So let's talk about Peak Performance Vault. We want to thank them for being our official sponsor of the Foothills 10 at Peak Performance. They believe every athlete has the potential to reach new heights and achieve their peak performance. So whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting, they have state-of-the-art training environments for baseball, softball, and golf that combine modern technology with personalized coaching. They're located at 352 West Main Street in Forest City, North Carolina. Look them up at 828-289-1592 or peakperformancevault@gmail.com.
Well, we spent a lot of hours on this on Sunday. We're trying to get a recording of our deliberation out on the Patreon, but again, like
we
Ryan
might throw
said,
that up tonight. We got it.
We got some time tonight in the hotel, so
the other night we recorded Sunday night, just all the anger and the arguments back and forth between me and Hunter about who should be ranked where.
And then after the recording ended, we started to actually give our thoughts. So that's not going to be out there.
No surprise though, North Lincoln's still at number one. You know, they're coming off of a state championship. Alexander Central stays hot. They dropped the game to, was it West Rowan, I believe?
I think it was.
But again, we got Lincoln Charter tomorrow with their first ever matchup versus East Lincoln. So they're ranked at number 3. South Caldwell, East Rutherford, Gaston Christian. I mean, you look at that final 10 there. That's some good baseball teams. So on the other side, on the Mountain 10, it's still TC Robertson at the top. But let's first thank our Mountain 10 sponsor, House of Power.
Our Mountain 10 Power Rankings are presented by House of Power. Looking for one-on-one lessons for hitting, pitching, and catching? Strength and conditioning programs to develop explosive power, facility membership so you can train on your own schedule, or cage rentals for individuals and teams alike. And you need House of Power, founded by former Clemson Tiger and professional baseball player Sheldon Reed. They're conveniently located down in Mills River. Check them out at hophendersonville.com to learn more. That's hophendersonville.com. Yeah, TC and AC, the MAC leading the way. AC is playing a great baseball right now.
They're going to be down here next Friday. We are potentially going to be down there for that game. Again, we're on a flex schedule. We're trying to figure it out.
90% sure.
We're trying to figure it out. But again, this was a little more. It's a different type of difficult doing the Mountain 10 right now. The Foothills 10 have probably 15, 16 deserving. The Mountain 10, they're struggling a little bit towards that 7, 8, 9, 10. It's not bad records by any means, but they're all beating up on each other. They're not quite as deep in talent as the Foothills 10, and it's top heavy. I'd say those top 5 really. TC, AC, Pisgah, Christ School, Asheville. Like those 5 are just kind of in a league of their own. And Franklin just got beat 10-0 by St. Stephen's the other day. We're pretty high on Franklin, but
Well, I'm high on St. Stephen's. That means I'm high on Franklin too. But again, that top 5, top 6, going to stay there. And it's the last little 3 or 4 teams who are going to sneak in. And
shout out North Wilkes.
Mountain Valley.
Yep, we're covering the Mountain Valley this year.
Mountain Valley preseason favorite, West Wilkes, got off to a tough start playing good competition, and they'll probably sneak their way back in late.
They beat Wilkes Central last night, so that's a good conference win for them. But
North
right
Wilkes
now,
had a good 2-0 start last week.
But whether it's West Wilkes, Ashe County, Wilkes Central, North Wilkes, East Wilkes, there's some good teams in there, but they're all coming from different conferences, so they're still getting used to each other. Anyway, that's our Foothills 10 and our Mountain 10. Thank you to Peak Performance and House of Power.
Well, our player of the week, Jax Holt from Irwin Warriors, had a good stat line. They were in a tournament, you said?
Yes. Polk County held a in-season tournament last Saturday. It was Brevard, Tuscola, Polk County, and Irwin. They all kind of beat up on each other, but Jax Holt beat up on everyone. I think in the tournament he was 6 for 9 with 3 homers, but on the week, because they also had games against, I want to say Mountain Heritage and There's another one there. But anyway, Franklin, I think. But they had 4 games. He was 7 for 14, so batted 500 on the week, 2 doubles, 3 home runs, 5 runs, and 10 ribbies. Again, that whole the environment of a little in-season tournament and just to absolutely shell out in one day. Congratulations, Jax Holt. Irwin, I'll tell you, they didn't have a lot of high expectations coming in, but we've had a chance to get an early look at them. We covered a preseason game, a scrimmage, and there is some young talent on the Irwin Warriors team, so watch out.
Well, Jack's had a good week, and we're sending him some good iced tea, whether it's original Carolina, peach, zesty maple, or tropical island time. All you have to do is brew, chill, relax, and repeat. Earl the mascot loves it, and so do we. Order a pouch today that comes with 10 bags for 10 gallons of delicious Salem Black iced tea. Get it at goodicedtea.com and follow on Facebook and Instagram as well as on X. And I think we've got a little message from our folks over at Good Iced Tea.
Tired of tea that disappoints crowds? I'm Earl. Good Iced Tea fixes it. 4 amazing flavors, freshness sealed, 10 pre-measured gallon tea bags in each pouch. Brew, chill, relax, repeat, and enjoy with every sip.
Well, I want to thank our folks at Good Iced Tea for that little commercial. We're trying to get a bunch in there. But yeah, let's dive into some team previews here. First, the Hickory Red Tornadoes.
Hickory last year was 13-11, 6-8. Did make the playoffs, had a first-round loss to North Iredell. They were the 21st seed in the old 3A West. They're 4th in the Western Foothills Conference. This year, they're off to a good start, 4-1, 3-1 in conference. They started the season in conference play, like we said. So everything's been conference except for one non-conference win over East Burke. 0-1 on the road and currently have a 3-game winning streak. So hopefully they can bring that on the road with them here today. Last week had wins against Ford 15-0, East Burke 5-1, and then Friday beat Maiden 4-3. So it started the week with a blowout and then finished with a 1-run hand ringer. This week obviously got North Lincoln, and then they have them again on Friday. So nothing in between for the Red Tornadoes. North Lincoln, we just finished watching them do I.O., and wow, was it clean and beautiful. Love to see a good I.O. North Lincoln last year, dream season, 33-9, 12-2 in the conference. They were the co-champions. Technically, they tied with North Iredell, who's over in the Northern Piedmont Conference this year. They were the 3A state champions. Let's follow that path real quick. They entered the 3A as the number 5 seed. They had a first-round win against familiar Smoky Mountain, beat them 7-2. Second round took out North Iredell, so tied for the conference, but took them out in the playoffs 5-4. Third round, they beat another conference foe, East Lincoln 7-2. Fourth round, ran into East Rowan, but even though they were the number 1 seed, they took them down 9-5. Went to the regional finals versus North Davidson. They won game 1 5-4, and they won game 2 in a blowout 6-1. Entered the state finals versus J.H. Rose, where they actually lost game 1 5-4, but before coming back on a 2-win streak to win. They beat J.H. Rose 2-0 and then 1-0 in the final game 3. So clutch performance from the North Lincoln Knights. This year, they're starting off 4-0, all conference play, 2-0 at home, and they currently have a 6-game winning streak dating back to 25. Last week, they beat East Lincoln 11-1. That was supposed to be a battle for the top of the conference. Thursday, they beat West Iredell 14-1, and then finished off Friday with a 4-1 win over Newton Conver. Again, this week it's just 2 games against Hickory, 1 today, and then at their place on Friday. Let's tell you about our pregame sponsor. We're currently in the middle of it. It's brought to you by Meineke Fleet. Meineke is the pregame sponsor for Baseball University of the Blue Ridges Western North Carolina Scout Streaming Series with numerous locations in the Western North Carolina region. There's just no better spot to get your vehicle seen and serviced. Whether it's an oil change, brakes, mufflers, tires, or wheels, AC, you name it, Meineke is doing car care right in Western North Carolina. Well, we're going to hop into a little bit of Where Are They Now? That is a section we've been doing for 2 years now, where we tell you a little bit about the alumni. For Hickory, I think they only have one in college right now, and that's Tayshawn Scott, who graduated last year. He's currently at Caldwell. And then on the other side for North Lincoln, a couple left-handed pitchers we remember from last year. Jack Waterman, he is at UVA Wise, and Kellen Carr is at Coastal Carolina. You also had last year's graduate Chad Matthews, who's at Belmont Abbey. And then Maddox Walker, I believe, is still up at Concord. He was a 2023 grad. And again, Concord has a lot in common with this area. Coach Goss played for Coach Mateel at East Lincoln. Both of them went to Concord, and that is how Coach Goss was connected with Concord. Currently, that's Coach Bailey up there coaching at Concord University. We sent him the link tonight. I'm sure he's got some reason to check in. Let's dive into some of the prospects that we want you to watch because we're evaluating them as well. For Hickory, one player committed, and it's a big one. It's Maddox McCree. He's a senior, and he's committed to NC State. Big right-handed pitcher who we saw against East Lincoln last year. He's got pro stuff, in my opinion. We'll see how it develops. He is not starting on the bump tonight. I believe he'll be going on Friday. We could see him in relief potentially, but he will be out in right field. A few more to watch. You got senior catcher Darrow Holder, who's also a right-handed pitcher. I was told that his velocity has jumped this year, so he's still an uncommitted senior. 27s, plenty to look at. You got Wyatt Everman, very talented middle infielder, left-handed swinger. Ronan Nealon, the center fielder. He's also an athletic football player, wide receiver. And J.B. Young, who is starting at second tonight but also catches. A couple sophomores. You have Harris Eimer, and who's going to be playing third base. And we also have Styles Robinson in the 28 class. He'll be starting in left field, so plenty of young talent to check out for the Tornadoes. North Lincoln, we got a few commits in the lineup. A big one here, Kason McGinnis. He's a senior heading to UNC Wilmington next year. He'll be the shortstop. Elliot Dellinger will be heading to UVA Wise as well to join former teammate Jack Waterman. Elliot will be behind the plate tonight. And then Jaron Swede, we know Jaron. He came out and did some filming with us last year. He is committed to Erskine. He'll be playing for Coach Prince and Coach Bateman down there. A few players to watch for North Lincoln on the junior class: Caleb Hancock, Beckett Rinkus, and Grayson Evans. Let's see, Caleb is in left field tonight, and Rinkus will be in right field, and Evans will be in center. So all those juniors, that makes up your whole outfield. The 28s, you'll have Parker Williams, Bryson Summey, Bryson Schmidt, and Brooks Jones to keep an eye on. I believe the starting pitcher, Bryson Schmidt, he's the only 28 in the lineup. I lied, Bryson Summey also at second base. But we'll keep a lookout for those others as well. No freshmen on the list tonight. Every once in a while you'll see a freshman sneak in there, but not at these caliber teams. They were too busy hitting dingers on the JV game. Well, Hunter, how you doing? We okay?
We had a couple cameras go down.
Oh, really? Okay.
I got them all up and going.
They're still hearing me, though? It's all good? Okay. Well, I just took them through all the players to watch and the where are they now, so we'll jump back into our keys to the game. Again, Meineke is our pregame sponsor. And they also bring us the Meineke Fleet keys to the game. So what makes Meineke the smart choice for your fleet? Solutions to meet the needs of any fleet, including fleet leasing, self-managed, and rental agencies. Meineke is proud to sponsor the Meineke Fleet keys to the games. So for Hickory, the starting pitcher tonight is a young man by the names of Sam Bridges. The pitcher that gets the most attention is Maddox McCree, but Sam, he's going to have to pitch like an ace tonight. So key number one, pitch like an ace. It's going to need a big-time arm and a big-time performance to beat a big-time team like North Lincoln. So really need the pitching to step up tonight. And then second key is tap into the athlete. They are not Hickory may not be as deep as North Lincoln, but the top of the roster talent is just as good. You take those top 5-6 players, they are equals. And role players aren't going to win this game. So the best athletes on Hickory are going to have to step up tonight. That's Everman, McCree, Nealon, Darrow, the middle of the field. North Lincoln, well, you're going to have to make Bridges sweat. You know, if he's not their ace and you're the returning state champions, well, make him work. Get him deep in counts, foul off pitches, and get him out by the 5th inning. Because when we talk about depth, although Hickory has some great athletes, they're not nearly as deep in pitching right now as North Lincoln. So the earlier they get them out of the game, the earlier they can get into that bullpen that'll need to be challenged. And the second key of the game is just be state champs. Like, this is one of your rivals. You've seen 90-plus miles per hour in the playoffs. You guys are coming off of a great run. Treat it like the title game here in March, because this might be it. Like, when you break down the conference at the end of the year, this conference title may be decided today. So play like the champs you are. Thank you, Meineke Fleet, for sponsoring our keys to the game. Well, Hunter, bring us through the last 10 minutes of your life. I saw you just take off and run.
Well, I noticed that camera 2 is frozen, camera 4 is frozen. Probably heat.
Okay.
Makes sense. I don't know what happened. Same thing happened last year too, so not uncommon. But now you just had to go through and make sure you reconnected everything and turn the app off. That one said overheating.
Oh, really? Even with the fan and everything?
Or not overheating, but it said it'll start charging when the iPhone temperature returns. So it probably got too hot. I don't know about 4, but
okay. Well, that's the risk you take when you come down the foothills. We set everything up early and then took the cameras down and put them in a cool area. We noticed the heat got to them during the West Henderson game last week. It was the East Rutherford game. So one of the solutions we've been looking into is maybe buying a couple little portable fans to attach to the fence next to the phones. Found something last year that almost looked like a little ice box you could put the camera in, but I don't think it would allow it to be functional with the other equipment that we have. Oh, let me tell you about North Lincoln. Let me tell you about North Lincoln real quick. Great host. They come up at free waters. They're taking care of us in the concession stand. Our press box folks helped us with all the Where Are They Now guys. Right. I mean, this is baseball at its best when you have smiles and welcoming, faculty. So this is our first time in North Lincoln. I'll tell you, we're coming back.
Ain't gonna be your last.
We will be back probably in a week.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. All right, Hunter. Anything I can run around and do for you?
I think we're good.
Go blow cold air on the cameras.
Just come down the foothills, and it was 82 degrees today, and the sun is just beating down on the cameras. Like, if we'd left cameras up for the full JV game, man, those things been melted.
We'd be on our way home. Just because failure. Now, I will say, I know it's a drive. I love driving down here, driving through Cherryville, driving through Waco, some of these little towns that we cut up through in Gaston and Lincoln. My parents are looking to move down this way, and I keep hollering about Lincoln County. I think they'd love it down here. They'd love the baseball, that's for sure. Every single school in this county's got some good baseball players at it, but we were going to see North Lincoln last year. We had them on the schedule. It was going to be a home game against Asheville, but they ended up getting rained out and moving the game to Big League camp, and ended up being a conflict of our schedule. But we're not going to make that mistake again this year. Again, this is our first time to North Lincoln. First time to Lincoln County was last year when we covered Hickory at East Lincoln. Tomorrow, we got a great one for you as well. It's Lincoln Charter at East Lincoln. The first time the two have ever played, even though the schools are only like 5 miles from each other?
It was about a 10-minute drive when I looked it up, because my father and I were talking, and he was like, when they established a school, there's probably some animosity.
Word of the day.
Well, I noticed.
Do you think that's a thing down here too? Like, we struggle with Christ School playing local teams because they worry about losing transfers?
I think there is a lot of not really private school down here, but the charter schools definitely. I think once you start drifting down into the foothills and you see schools like Gaston Christian, Providence Day, Charlotte Christian, all those private schools who are powerhouses, they're not going to be getting the same kids. Like, you might get 1 or 2 here or there, but that's normal for those kids, whether they were going to go to North Lincoln or Hickory or any of these big schools around here. Like, say, like some of the big schools in Charlotte, if you're good enough and someone's in your ear, you're going to go, whether it's here in Charlotte, Atlanta, California, whatever, IMG, the private schools out in LA, whatever. You come here, though, the charter schools are what people don't like, and it'll be interesting to see. It's good that Coach Clark played for Coach Mateel. And we're going to – or no, I had that backwards. Coach Goss played for Coach Mateel.
Yep.
I've been doing too much research for 2 games, but it's good to see that there is he coached at East Lincoln. That's what it is. He coached at East Lincoln.
Well, they're all like Coach Clark, I believe, was an Elon grad, and it's just baseball is in everybody's veins down here. Like the other night when we were at East Rutherford, Coach Wise was sitting with Bobby Dell Reynolds all throughout the JV game, reminiscing because he played for Bobby Dell at Post 100 Cherryville. He was also a Lincolnton grad, so they're all interconnected. They share the knowledge. I'm glad that they're letting us down to do these games because, again, we are strangers to the foothills. We're up in the mountains. The reason we're coming down here is we're trying to coerce our better mountain teams to come and play these teams, and we're also trying to grab the attention of the foothill teams to turn their heads a little bit further west instead of going east or maybe even down to South Carolina to find their out-of-conference matchups. So it's responsibility on the mountains to get better and try harder. And again, next Friday, AC Reynolds is a good example of one of those teams. They're coming down here to North Lincoln because they want a challenge. They want someone to beat them the right way because AC Reynolds feels like they have a special team this year up in the mountains that could compete with TC for not only the conference, but maybe make a run in that 6A playoff. I wonder who they'll throw next weekend because we were talking about AC Reynolds' schedule. They're not in conference that week, so they could probably save Duncan Carver or Cody Hudgens, one of their better arms, to face off against North Lincoln. So, anyway, we're glad to be down here. The weather's starting to break a little bit. That heat's starting to peel over the horizon a little bit. So I can see that sun's probably, about 20 minutes from dropping down below that horizon?
Well, speaking of Coach Clark and Lincoln Charter Eagles, as expected, got their win today against Community School Davidson 9-3. So they will be undefeated still going into tomorrow over in Denver. Any other? Madison up 9-7 on Avery.
Ooh, that's a close game for Western Highlands. Again, Avery County, they're probably going to be the bottom dweller of that Western Highlands, but they're playing better. They got a good ace by the name of Jamison Wayner up there. Probably one of the first good arms they've had in a minute. Christ School, I believe they're down in Florida or they're in a tournament somewhere. They won 13-1 today against, was it Mineral Area or something?
Mineral Wells.
Mineral Wells. So Christ School playing some of the best baseball they've had since the 2023 when I was there with Coach Mitchell Whitener and, under Coach King. And we had the best season in Christ School history in 2023. And this looks like they're back to their old ways after a little bit of a stumble in 24-25. Again, that was one of the bummers. Like we were talking about Lincoln Charter earlier, being a private school, being a charter school, like being at Christ School, we just couldn't find local teams to play us often. And we'd have to travel all the time. It felt like being in college again with all the road trips.
It was hard to keep coaches around because you're going to follow the coaches who are usually older, have kids, have a family. So you can't be expecting someone who's a high school baseball coach to just up and go to Florida while your kids got to school. So it's kind of difficult. Now, on the other hand, I know this for a fact with Christ School. Coach Penner, young guy, younger than me, coaching. So
he took my job. He was the pitching coach after me there. So
and it's easier for him, but it's harder to have the experience.
Well, when you don't have kids and you're young, like it's. I mean, that's my whole thing about Christ School is I wish I had that job 10 years earlier. I only did it for the 1 year because, beyond the travel, trying to manage the growth of this business. That was the year Grace, my daughter, had her heart surgery. So it was just this big compounding of like something had to go. And if I would have been at North Henderson still, I could probably handle that travel schedule, but. To be honest, I had to scout full time too if we're really going to do this right.
Well, if you think about like right now, we were expecting to maybe get 3 in a row down here, which the weather is going to help us out on Thursday. A big chance of rain. But if we were to have 3 in a row, more difficult for you. I'll go do 5 in a row if I have to. Maybe on the time management
says
stuff.
The man that'll drop anything to go on like on an SEC tournament trip.
Hey, well, Thursday, both my heels and my dogs are playing, so I can either drive to Nashville or I can drive to Charlotte. So I'm trying to convince my dad.
I find this interesting, just looking at the rosters for both Hickory and North Lincoln. Hickory 14 players on the varsity roster. North Lincoln, 24, right? So again, like I said in the Meineke Fleet keys of the game, like one of those keys for Hickory is they have that top-heavy athleticism that can match North Lincoln. But man, after watching that JV team play today and then seeing a 24-man roster here as deep as they are, like there's more good baseball players than they have spots here at North Lincoln. And that might be what opens up opportunities for people to transfer to a private school or a charter school, is just kind of seeing the writing on the wall. Like we saw that at TC Robertson where, like, for example, Zeke Atwater's starting this year as a senior. This is his first full season, like full-time starting at this point, and he's committed to Lenore Ryan. But someone like him would have been starting as a freshman at North Henderson, or East Henderson. So it's all relative.
Well, an anonymous coach said this the other day. Would you rather go sit on the bench at a school like, say, TC or North Lincoln, or would you rather go play for a team and actually get some innings and some at-bats and whatnot? Or would you rather be like Zeke and finally get a start and play every day your senior year, or would you rather play freshman, sophomore, junior, senior? So
it's a tough balance because if you're an elite athlete that's stuck behind an elite athlete, you almost want to stay in that program to prep for your college career. I mean, it's hard to play when Micah Simpson and Caden Davidson and JT Smith were holding those starting spots for 2-3 seasons, And I'm sure North Lincoln has the same issue. I mean, that was great talent on that North Lincoln team. We saw some of them at Post 100 Legion when we were covering Area 4 during the Legion broadcast last year. We saw Kellen Carr start in the championship Area 4 game and saw exactly why Coastal's all about him. He was high eights as a lefty with just some nasty cut action on it was either the slider or cutter. He was throwing maybe both. And then Werderman was huge. He was a late commit to UVA Wise, but UVA Wise, I don't know how it works out down here in the foothills, but for the mountains, they're part of the Appalachian. Sorry. Sorry. I'm from Maryland. They call it the Alleghenies up there. But Appalachian Consortium. So UVA Wise has this deal where if you live in a county from northern Alabama up to New York that has Appalachian mountains in it, you get in-state tuition. So not sure if there's a mountain that pokes up somewhere in Lincoln that allowed Werderman or this year's senior Elliot Dellinger to grab that in-state tuition. But, UVA Wise is one that's definitely got to be on the map for our mountain boys. So UNC Wilmington, it looks like McGinnis will be joining our old friend Micah Simpson down at UNCW next year. Talked to Micah the other day. He peeked in, said, this is what I love about college recruiting is when college coaches are so busy, they start putting their players on the recruiting horn. So Micah called me up to ask about a couple pitchers up here up in Haywood County, and it's I was glad to provide the info, but it's just funny because honestly, if you go to college, like you as a player may have more luck recruiting high school recruits than the actual recruiting coordinator, because you can tell players about the experience you're having and what the workout programs are like and just the overall campus experience. So
I'm gonna go tell these JV boys to try to not be.
Oh yeah. Go do your thing. Go do your thing. Hunter's going to practice some adulting here. Going to kindly ask the JV team to watch out for our camera, which is attached to the bleachers here. 4 camera angles today. Let's see. Camera 1 is where Hunter is adjusting right now. It's attached to the bleachers, shoots down the middle of the field. Camera 2 is down the right field line, connected to the fence, shoots out to show you the view for like first base, pitcher, and then the right side of the infield. Camera 3 is down the left field line, shooting out towards third base to show you any plays at third base and also catch a glimpse of right field. And then camera 4 is up on the home team dugout on the third base side, giving a alternative view to the pitcher and the catcher and any plays at the plate or bunt defense. So how'd it go, Hunter? Were they polite to you?
Oh, yeah.
Gotta love it.
I feel like having them were kind of confused probably after that long 20 whatever to They're just having to get a hot dog and a soda.
There were two players that really stood out to me in that JV game, and I have no idea what their name is. But it was their starting pitcher, and it wasn't even like the early velo or him cooking the zone. It was the fact that, like, as a pitching coach is what I love. He pitched it, stayed on the dirt, stayed on the bump, gets his pitch, gets his sign, goes. Like pitchers that work fast. Infielders, you're the people, the 9 behind or 8 behind you, they're gonna love it. But whoever that starting pitcher was for JV, like, he's gonna be a guy. And then whatever kid cranked one out the left center field to the right of that 2019 state champs banner. Like, you don't see JV power like that usually. I mean, I'm just looking at it like 375. What do you think? 360? And it cleared. Like, I mean, it hit those, was that spruce trees up there behind it a little bit. So it got about 10, 15 feet over that fence. But, man, to have a JV program where your guys are doing that, where, and again, I'm knocking it, but like when I was at, North or Aberdeen up in Maryland, like JV there is teach. Like, you ain't even worried about wins and losses as much as just like, I mean, you saw with Hickory today with their JV team, like they were sending pitchers out there. You could tell never thrown before. They're down 18-0. They're just trying to learn about who they got. Hickory's JV versus North Lincoln's JV is two different stories, very much similar to like what you would see with a TC Robertson JV versus East Henderson JV. Or like Hendersonville, they don't even have enough for a JV this year.
Well, I might not have enough for a varsity coming up soon, but we'll talk about that probably later.
Well, you may have heard the news out of, he went left center, so was it 3-0, what down the line?
307 down the line, about 350-ish. Center's deep here.
380.
360.
Okay.
It's a very even field.
But yeah, Hendersonville had some drama last week. Head coach and one of the assistant coaches stepped down prior to their opening day home game. They had some trouble cleaning up the field. They had found some paraphernalia, found some stuff you wouldn't want around your kids. And I guess tempers became heated, and who was responsible for cleaning it up, and what. Anyway, it just led to a new coach. So unfortunately, that is 5 head coaches in 4 years for Hendersonville. I believe the new head coach is Coach Tweed taking over. I still think Hendersonville's got a chance to run that Western Highlands, but Hendersonville, there's so much potential for a good baseball program there, but I wish them luck. Let's just say this. We're going to do some thinking on it and have some patience on it. We're going to probably do some investigative reporting on the state of the program for Hendersonville after the season, because we're Bearcat fans. We want to see all our Henderson County teams do well, but sometimes someone's got to speak up when trying to make change in their neighborhood, and I think that's what's going on up in Bearcat country. So, well, do we want to take a 2-minute break and let the PA announcer take over for a minute? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and drop the mics and let the PA guy do his thing, and we'll hop back on and give you the starting lineups here in just a minute.
At third base, number 5, Harris-Heimer. In number 9 in right field, Maddox McCree. In center field, number 1, Roman Nyland. Taking the night, number 4, Darrow Holder. First base, number 14, Blake Rose. And left field going to be number 3, Styles Robinson. And his great job, the Red Tornadoes, David Kraft. Assistant coach Benjamin Childers and Bud Whitener. And now for your Northwood Night. Leading off and playing center field, number 4, Grayson Evans. At shortstop, number 1, Payson McGinnis. In right field, number 13, Beckett Rocket Rica. At third base is going to be number 9, Tucker Sidman. At second base, number 14, Bryson Sonny. Catching tonight, number 2, Elliot Dellinger. Our DH, number 6, Darren Swede. At first base, number 10, Blake Mincy. In left field, number 7, Caleb Hancock. And on the mound for tonight, number 16, Bryson Smith. Also we have number 5, Anthony Alberti. Number 8, Nathan Boyer. Number 11, Vincent Alberti. Number 12, Nick Werderman. Number 15, Stephen the Warmy Fox. Number 18, Davis Robinson. Number 19, James Welch. Number 20, Justin Stroop. 22, Zach Ireland. And number 24, Peyton Hale. The head coach of our Knights, Charlie Goss. Assistant coach, Jake Helm. Michael Sullivan and Mike Gardner. At this time, we ask everyone, please rise for a moment of silence. And please remember all of our veterans, our active servicemen and women who have made it possible for us to enjoy our freedoms in this great nation, and also to our first responders who keep us safe in our communities. And also, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please remember all of our heroes that are across the pond doing what they need to do to let us do and have a good time here in America. And thank you for the ones that have already given their all. Now, for our moment of silence. Thank you. Please remain standing and remove your hats. Veterans, you may render the salute as we honor America tonight with the playing of our national anthem.
At the end of 2 innings, North Lincoln 9, Hickory 1.
Play ball. And now a word from our first inning sponsor, Bloom Patch Farm.
Bloom Patch Farm, right here in Hendersonville. Bloom Patch Farm is a specialty micro farm dedicated to rare and extraordinary dahlias. We offer rare dahlia cuttings, premium tubers, healthy potted plants, seasonal bouquet subscriptions, and custom floral work. Bloom Patch Farm ships cuttings and tubers nationwide throughout the year. We specialize in rare and hard-to-find varieties, including the stunning water lilies. Join us in person on April 11th for our farm sale. Free RSVP tickets are available right now on our website. To inquire about seasonal subscriptions or custom floral designs, email us at bloompatchfarmllc@gmail.com. Shop online and reserve your in-person sale tickets at our website, bloompatchfarmllc.com. Bloom Patch Farm, rare blooms grown with intention.
All right, thank you, Bloom Patch Farms. for being our first in sponsor. And let's go ahead and give you these starting lineups here. First, we're going to show you the North Lincoln defensive spread. You got the junior class, Hancock, Evans, and Rinkus left to right. Through the infield, you got Sigmund at third, McGinnis, the Wilmington commit at shortstop, Summy at second, and Blake Mincy at first base. And then your battery, you got Schmidt throwing to Dellinger. Now your starting lineup for the Hickory Red Tornadoes. Batting first will be the pitcher, Sam Bridges. Batting second is Wyatt Everman. We're high on Everman. Left-handed swing at shortstop. J.B. Young batting third. He'll be at second base. Harris Eimer, the 2028 sophomore in the four-hole at third base. Maddox McCree, the NC State commit in right field. Batting sixth is Ronan Nealon in center. Darrow Holder, the catcher. Blake Ruse at first base. And batting ninth, Styles Robinson. Here is your first pitch coming up from Bryson Schmidt, the sophomore. And I keep hearing Knights, and I got to look up and make sure I'm not at North Henderson, because again, coached at North Henderson for years, North Henderson Knights, and here we are at North Lincoln, also the Knights. They rock the blue, whereas those North Henderson Knights rock the purple. Nice pop of the mitt there from Schmidt. We brought the radar gun, so we'll probably wander out there and get some readings as the game goes on. Swing and a pop fly up into the netting. It's going to stay in play here.
I don't think we're going to get any foul balls hit over this net.
Unless one sneaks through this little hole in the net you found here in front of us. So it's going to be a 1-2 count here. Bridges makes his way back into the batter's box. Bridges also your starting pitcher tonight. It'll be our first look at him, so I know about as much about him as you do right now.
Hey, let's go, Sale.
Swing, ground ball, the shortstop McGinnis on the backhand. Fires it across. That's a bullet. 1 out. Made it look easy. Guess that's why he's going to Wilmington. So Bridges, he's the junior. He grounds out to the shortstop here for the first down. That brings Wyatt Everman to play. Wyatt, very talented athlete, coming off of a good football season. He's one of the top prospects that we've worked with out of that 27 class. Came out and has done a couple of filmings with us. Just very uber athletic, runs about a 6'8", 60-yard dash, strong. He's also Hickory's favorite son. He's a very fun kid to talk to, great personality, the right mix of maturity and probably that fun-lovingness you like to see in the dugout. Makes him a good teammate. Swing, there's a hard ground ball to the second baseman. Summy picks it up, and that's an easy out for him. So 2 hard-hit ground balls turn into 2 quick outs for Schmidt and the Lincoln or North Lincoln Knights. That'll bring J.B. Young up to the plate. J.B. at second base this evening. J.B. I believe is a junior. Let me double check on that. Yes, he is a 27 grad. So nobody on here. There's a strike, good spot, down and away, but in the zone. So J.B. Young, one of the names that Coach Kraft told us to keep an eye on. College potential, looking to play at the next level. Man, that is tough. 2 very well-spotted pitches for Schmidt. I'll tell you, I'd run one inside on him here. He just went down and away, clipping the white barely for a strike. He goes up. He's going to try to elevate on him. Nice job by Young to foul off that offering. It'll be 0-2 again. Pretty field. Very green grass. Got the tall pines that line the outfield wall. Ooh, Hickory's going to get a freebie on an 0-2 hit by pitch. So first base runner of the game is J.B. Young. I'll bring the 28 grad Harris Eimer to the plate. Harris, a sophomore, playing third base tonight, but he's got some versatility. He can move around the field. And that's Dellinger behind the plate. We'll see if Hickory puts anything on with 2 outs and a runner on. Good take, leaves the ball up. 1-0 count. Again, the first baseman over there, Blake Mincy, no stranger to Blake. He came out and did a fill-in with us a couple years back. Decided not to play at college. Big bounder there. Nice play by the third baseman, Sigmund. Throws it to Summy, who's able to keep a tippy toe on the base as he snow cones it for the 3rd out. So that'll be every infielder took a turn there. 6-3, 4-3, 5-3 are your recorded outs. It'll be the top of the lineup coming up for the North Lincoln Knights, Grayson Evans, Kaysen McGinnis, and Beckett Rinkus in the bottom of the 1st.
Well, thank you to the following businesses for our home team sponsors tonight, supporting the time put towards marketing this game to college coaches pregame and editing and posting highlights for the North Lincoln Knight prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media. Appreciate Owen Joseph being the home team sponsor tonight, and it might be another sponsor later on. We'll find out.
Yep. Big fan of Owen Joseph. They helped us out a lot during Legion season. They just believe in what we do and trying to help us find the sponsorships and funds to run the broadcast. So, man, I'll tell you what, I was impressed with starting pitcher Schmidt there. He really went after hitters. Even the 0-2 hit by pitch, I think I know what he was trying to do there. It wasn't a bad pitch. It's a good challenge pitch, just rode up on him a little bit, but 3 ground ball outs, and that's a sure-handed defense behind him. So it could be interesting, quick night for Schmidt if he can keep pounding the zone, bottom of the zone like that. And this is our first look here at Sam Bridges, and this is how Hickory's going to line it up tonight behind him. You got Darryl Holder. It's going to be his battery mate, and across the outfield, you got Robinson, the sophomore, Nealand, the junior, and McCree, the senior, and then Eimer, Everman, Young, and Ruse from left to right in the infield. Grayson Evans, center fielder, is going to be your leadoff hitter, followed by Kaysen McGinnis, the shortstop, Beckett Rinkus, batting third, Tucker Sigmund, Bryson Summy, Elliot Dellinger, Jaron Swede, Blake Mincy, and Caleb Hancock to round it out. A good start here by the starting pitcher Bridges. 0-1 delivery coming. Ooh. They say that curveball was top of the zone. Looked like a get me over, but 1-1. Again, Bridges, a junior. Maddox McCree, the ace of the staff, will be pitching. There's a ground ball. Everman makes. Oh, he's going to ride up into the heel of his glove, and that's going to be an E6 here to start. So got the pitch that he wanted, but the runner's going to reach on the E6. Kaysen McGinnis, the shortstop, coming up now. So with McCree being the ace, he'll start on Friday. Bridges here. Interesting arm action. I like the kind of the wide scat pole, tall, equal and opposite. There's a drive to center field. Nealand's got a beat on it. He's a heck of an athlete. He's a wide receiver in football, so that's nothing to him out there. Now Beckett Rinkus, the right fielder. Rinkus, a junior, is a big part of that state run last year. So 1 out. Again, Bridges probably wants 2, but he's going to buckle down and try to pound the zone. Double play is intact here with a runner on first and 1 out. Rinkus squares. He's going to pull back. Throw goes down by Harrow. Nice throw, but good jump by Evans. So that's stolen base there. That's brought to you by Hauling Solutions and Grading. Again, every stolen base this year brought to you by Andrew Casorio and his business, Hauling Solutions and Grading. And just like he's hauling mulch everywhere, Grayson was hauling tail to get to second base there. So Beckett Rinkus probably won't be squaring on this one. He could be with 1 out. It's an 0-1 count. But with the bunt defense on the square, with all the runners shifting around, it's probably to create enough distraction for Evans to scoot in to second base fairly easily. Brinkus, athletic, wiry-looking athlete, good square stance. Held pretty well on that curveball, but is just a bit underneath it. Ronan Nealon makes the play and plenty deep for the runner Evans to tag and move up on the sac fly. So some fundamental baseball. We'll see if North Lincoln can capitalize on the small ball and moving the runners over. 2 outs, though. So Tucker Sigmund, third baseman, see if he can break open the scoring with a 2-out RBI. So Bridges keeping him off balance for the most part. That's a hard ground ball, but picked by Everman, who gets a second chance. Needs to put a little more on the throw there, but it's enough for the 3rd out. No runs in. So 1 error, no runs, no hits. Mark that in your, yep, you got it. Say Hunter's been killing it on the box scores this year. So, all right, heading into the top of the 2nd, we're going to tell you a little bit about our Patreon spot. For the best coverage and content of Western North Carolina baseball, visit our Patreon at patreon.com/BB University WNC. Here you're going to find conference previews, preseason and playoff predictions, power rankings, player of the weeks, podcasts, highlight films, and much more. Memberships start at $1, and all the money raised stays right here in WNC, covering and supporting Mountain baseball and Foothills. And, man, I'll tell you, we could use some more Patreon members. Get a first look at the power rankings and the player of the week a whole day before everybody else. We're getting ready to do our week 1-2 recap with highlights. My computer is dying, so we're going to be purchasing a new one soon. So would love to have some more Patreon members. And again, if you're new to us, our goal is to cover all the baseball west of North Carolina. I was a high school coach down here for years. I'm an associate scout for the Dodgers. I just try to keep an eye on everything that I can. And I used to work in the recruiting industry, and I think it's kind of inflated and sensational. And I think if we can bring baseball back into the community through broadcasts like this and trying to market to college coaches, it's a free tool for our players, and our business sponsors allow us to make it happen. And our Patreon is kind of the wild card there. So, and again, let's thank one of those sponsors. Our second inning sponsor is Comfort Keepers. Comfort Keepers, in-home care, in-home senior care. Nothing's more important than helping people to live full, independent, and dignified lives within the comfort of their own home. Comfort Keepers offers an extensive range of non-medical care services tailored to the unique needs of each individual they serve. Serving Buncombe and Henderson County, they're also hiring part-time. So if you're in the Asheville or Hendersonville area, contact them today at 828-687-1199 or Asheville at comfortkeepers.com. Big fan of Comfort Keepers. We like the idea of elders staying in their home and living their lives as long as possible. And there's a drive to right center field. That ball's got some carry, and McCree is going to try to grab himself some extra bases here to lead off the 2nd inning. So lead-off double for the NC State commit, Maddox McCree. And again, Hickory's going to need their best players to step up today if they're going to want to take down the number 1 ranked North Lincoln Knights. So Ronan Nealon, great athlete. Saw him out in center field, track 2 down in the bottom half of the 1st. And with no score yet here, we'll see if Coach Kraft has anything up his sleeve, or maybe a sack bunt. Again, Ronan Nealon runs very, very fast. That might get the job done. Let's see if that falls. That stays up for Evans. Nice play out there. It's going to be enough for McCree to tag. That's some BH Granning glove work out there by Evans, making a heck of a diving play. Goes down to his knees to slide and catch that fly ball. Sinking line drive by Ronan Nealon. But McCree moves up 1 on the sac fly. So 1 out, and that brings Darrow Holder, the catcher, up to the plate. Darrow wearing the number 4. He's also, I believe, the captain of the team. And again, I was talking to one of the assistant coaches before the game, and he might pitch in this game. They said that his velocity is getting up towards where McCree's is. He's just been under-recruited because of his size. So anybody that still needs a 26 grad out there, you got a great catcher here. We saw his pop time, his throwdown in that bottom half as well. But he's got some juice on the mound as well. So for anybody needing catcher or pitcher depth, this is a senior to potentially reach out to. Fastball out and away from Schmidt. It's going to bring the count to 2-0. 2-0 delivery. Swings at a curveball. Ooh, McCree stumbles at third. He's not able to advance. Nice play by Sigmund. I'll tell you what, Hunter, 2-0 count, swinging on that curveball. Not the best hitting plan there. So nice job by Schmidt to get a 2-0 curveball over to get an out. But McCree stays at home. So now it's 2 outs and a runner on third. Got number 8 hitter Blake Ruse playing first base this evening. Swing and a foul ball off to the right side into the netting. So again, McCree with a leadoff double. Nealon moves him over with the sac fly. But the ground ball picked up by Sigmund. Looks McCree back to the bag. Now there's 2 outs and a chance for Schmidt and the Knights to get out of this. Fly ball right field. It's going to hang up there for Rinkus, and he's going to catch that. Did he say fair territory? I think that was fair. Either way, it's a fly out to the right fielder for the third out. 1 hit, no runs, no errors. We head to the bottom of the second. It is going to be Bryson Summey, Elliot Dellinger, and Jaron Swede for the Knights.
Well, thank you to the following businesses for our away team sponsors tonight, supporting the time put towards marketing this game to college coaches pregame and editing and posting highlights for the Hickory Red Tornadoes prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media. Appreciate Owen Joseph.
We do, and again, we're still making contacts down here. We tried to reach out to some businesses in the Hickory and Lincoln County area and just kind of came up empty. So Owen Joseph out of Buncombe County, they're just a big supporter, so jumped in and helped us out with some funding. We appreciate them. We actually helped his son with his college recruiting a couple years ago, and he sees firsthand what we're trying to do out here. So thank you, Owen Joseph. Still looking for some sponsors for tomorrow night's game. We got Carolina Elite Insurance stepping in to sponsor Lincoln Charter. If there's any other Lincoln County businesses or organizations out there who would like to sponsor East Lincoln and be the home team sponsor, please reach out to us ASAP. We need to get your logo and your ad read content before game time tomorrow. And again, just still meeting people down here. Reached out to a few folks. Again, we thank Carolina Elite Insurance. But still need to find an East Lincoln sponsor for tomorrow. If not, we might hit our friends at Owen Joseph up again. Ball high. Again, Schmidt back out for a second inning. It was scoreless in the first. Pitched very well. There was an error in the inning, but essentially pitched to 4 outs. There's a pop-up. Third base side. Looks like it's going to stay in. I was going to say, nice play by Eimer. Thought he was going to overrun it for a second, but planted his feet, got underneath the baseball, and makes the catch in foul territory for out number 1. That brings Elliot Dellinger up to the plate. Elliot going to UVA-Wise next year. He was part of the very important part of that North Lincoln squad last year that won states. In the 6-hole this evening. First pitch, get me over curveball from Bridges for strike 1. He's mixing pretty well. A lot of pop-ups, right? You know, we're seeing ground balls from Schmidt, but Bridges, we're seeing fly balls and pop-ups. Oh, speak of the devil, there's a ground ball. Oh, that bounding ball gets in and out of Eimer's glove, so it's going to be an E5 here. So an error in each inning to put a runner on for the Knights. I'll bring Jaron Swede to the plate. We know Jaron. Jaron came out to our prospect filming at Cleveland a couple years back. Talented pitcher as well. Very versatile athlete. Can play pretty much any position, but he's in there at DH this evening. He's going to be at Erskine next year. Part of the flying fleet of Erskine. He'll be playing against a future teammate next Friday when AC Reynolds comes into town. It's Braden Davis who's an infielder for Reynolds, also committed to Erskine. So him and Swede will be facing off next Friday, and then a year from now will be teammates. I gotta say, Swede's probably got the nicest, shiniest, brightest shoes I've seen in a while. So is that glitter or is that actual like LA Gear light ups? Some sparkle vision coming from those Nikes. So 0-2 count here. Nice job by Bridges to get ahead quickly. Again, with only one out, does have the double play intact. See if he goes off speed here. Runner stays. Didn't get that call in the first inning, so not going to get it now. 1-2. Swing, pop up. It's in that little Bermuda triangle behind short. But Ronan Nealon comes in and easily catches that can of corn. So 2 outs. So a pop-up, an error, and a fly-out. And Blake Mincy to the plate. Blake playing first base, versatile athlete. He can play a few places, but settled into that first base spot in the last couple seasons. Mincy's going to square here. We'll see if something's on. Runner goes. Throw down. Boom, got him. Nice tag by Young there. Bang, bang play, and that's Darryl Holder for you. Like we said, he's a good catcher. He's a good pitcher. Mincy will be leading off next inning after that caught stealing 2-4. Nice defensive play there. It's a nice time to mention BH Granning glove work. So excellent play there on both ends by Holder and Young. Good time to talk about our social media spots. Stay connected on social media with Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're watching it right now, live, and you're not subscribed, just take your little finger there and you click that mouse and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And then go ahead and like us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at BB University WNC. So again, at BB University WNC. That'll connect you to all our social media. And then go on our website. We try hard to keep up on it the best we can, but most of our good content's on the Patreon. But baseballu.org also has information on who we are and some of the services we offer in the college recruiting world. But again, Facebook's good for the neighborhood, X is good for the college coaches, and Instagram ain't good for much, but the kids like it. So leading off for your Red Tornadoes is going to be 9-1-2. So the number 9 hitter, Styles Robinson, followed by the top with Sam Bridges and Wyatt Everman. Now we're in the top of the third. Let's talk about our third inning sponsor, American Legion Post 70 Asheville. I'm sure the Cherryville fans out there love hearing that. American Legion is a proud sponsor of Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. We're here to remind you that American Legion Baseball is back up in the mountains, and our best players in Western North Carolina should be planning to try out in April for our junior and senior Legion teams. Post 70 is also looking for new membership, so if you're a veteran, consider coming out to Post 70 in Asheville. And let me get those tryout dates for you real quick. I know Chris Decker, head coach, posted them a couple days ago on his Twitter account, which I believe is Post 70. Let me type this in here. 70 American is the handle for Post 70 Twitter. But here's his tryout dates. It is, not late April or early April. It's March 28th at Brevard High School, 3:30 to 5:30. Junior Legion starting afterwards at 5:30. And then April 12th, senior team will be trying out at Asheville High School. And April 26th, Junior Legion will be trying out at AC Reynolds. Ground ball here to the shortstop McGinnis. It's an easy play for him. So 6-3, 1 out. Smooth out there. Always got to like it when that ball, like right when they field it, it seems like it's shooting out of the hand to first base. So quick transfers out there by McGinnis.
Is that right?
Yes, everybody has 1 hit. So 1 hit for it was Maddox McCree, and then the hit for North Lincoln. Well, actually, no. North Lincoln doesn't have any hits. It's all errors for so far. I apologize.
I thought the scoreboard's wrong.
Should have known.
I'll just leave it and hope.
I could see them maybe giving that slow roller to third a hit, but I'm not gonna. All right, here's Bridges. He grounded out to short his first time. McGinnis made a nice little backhand play on him. Foul tip back into the netting. Again, we will most likely be covering Area 4 Legion again. Our goal is to cover all of Area 4, but we'll probably be working out of the post-70 schedule. It's just strike 3 on the inside corner. Gets them looking. So that strike 3 called is brought to you by Burlett Painting. Painting the corners with Burlett. Oh, wait, that is not strike 3.
I was wondering.
I'm a dummy. So erase that.
So he called.
Erase that. Coach Cook was 2 hours in the.
He called it.
Oh, he did?
Blue
He rung him up?
Rung him up on 2.
Shame on you.
That's why I was like, I knew I had it right.
Threw me off there. So some free advertisement for Burlett Painting there. Swing. Soft liner to center field. Evans takes about 1 step back. So I'm going to erase that K and replace it with a F08. I bring Wyatt Everman up. Everman hit a hard ground ball to second baseman for a ground out his first time up. Everman, good athlete. Had a good game against East Lincoln last year when we did the Hickory at East Lincoln game. Had a double and a single. I believe he was 2 for 3 in that game with a couple scoreless innings on the bump, too. Good athlete at short. He did boot 1 in the first and then made a clean play in the second. So that's high school baseball for you. 0-1 delivery. Good take. 1-1. Again, Red Tornadoes had a scoring opportunity early with the leadoff double by Maddox McCree in the bottom of the first, but we're not able to capitalize. So 2 outs here. Everman trying to see what he can start. As far as the 2-out rally goes, fouling off towards the batting cages on the North Lincoln side. So 1-2. Say maybe late on the fastball. Maybe try to elevate one here. Ooh, goes inside, off speed, a little cutter. Gets him looking, and now we'll go ahead and quote it. That's a called third strike brought to you by Burlett Painting. Paint the corners with Burlett. And let's take some time to talk about a couple of those in-game sponsors that are popping up. So we do have our inning sponsors, but we also have a handful of in-game sponsors. So as the action starts to happen, you'll hear their name. So if there's a mound visit, that's brought to you by Ion Outdoors. If there's a late, fourth or fifth inning beyond run scored by the winning team, that is a Chad McMahon State Farm Insurance run. Any good Gold Glove defense out there is going to be BH Granning Landscapes, or what we call BH Granning Glove Work. Stolen Bases brought to you by Hauling Solutions and Grading. Called third strikes brought to you by Burlett Painting. And then later in the game, we'll have our next level baseball play of the game and our CamWood Bats player of the game to be announced. So thank you to Ion, State Farm, Chad McMahon, BH Granning, Hauling Solutions, Burlett Painting, CamWood, and Next Level Baseball for your sponsorships. There would be no broadcast without our business sponsors. So thank you. So this game is moving along quite quickly. Bottom of the third. It's going to be Blake Mincy, who was at the plate to end the second when Dellinger was thrown out. The pinch runner for Dellinger. I go back and check because he is the catcher. So it'll be Mincy, Hancock, and then the top of the lineup with Evans here in the bottom of the third. Mincy reaches out and lifts a soft fly ball to center field. Nealon with his third put out of the game, 1 an inning. Fourth put out of the game. So busy man out there in center field. I'll bring number 9 hitter Caleb Hancock to the plate, junior left fielder. A little bit of a pitcher's duel so far. Say only one hit in the game. Tell you, Bridges is mixing pretty well. Again, I like that arm action. I like the kind of the tall equal and opposite. There's a drive to left field. That's going to hook foul. So only 307 down that left field line. Seems like it's a little further than 307, but I don't know how accurate the Google Maps are when we do it. So it'll be a 1-2 count. Again, we mentioned our inning sponsor, American Legion Post 70. Want to remind you, they won it all until they got to the World Series last year. So they won Area 4, they won states, and they won regionals, and then they fell in the World Series. It was a wild final game in that World Series too, because they had to win, what was it, 13-0 in order. It was like all these technicalities coming into play because they were 2-1 in pool play, but they went to tiebreakers.
There's also a 10-run rule in the pool play.
Swing and another drive. It's a carbon copy, but maybe that hangs up enough for Robinson. Nope, it'll be off the fence foul.
What do you think about our blue LEDs on the scoreboard for the runs per inning and the number for the player at bat versus the white for everything else?
Beautiful. It's awesome. Like, honestly, you can tell they're adding a little bit here. Leaning up behind the visitor dugout is an archway that says "Welcome to the Manor," and it's got all the Knights colors, and there's a hard on drive. It's gonna be over the third baseman Heimer's head, and that will be a single for Hancock. So love to see production. Coach Goss probably love to see some production out of the 9-hole. So Eimer leaped for it there at third, but over the head.
On deck, shortstop number 1, Jason McGinnis.
So 1 out, 1 on here. It'll be Grayson Evans coming to the plate. Evans reached on an error to lead off the game, or lead off the bottom of the first, and stole base, but was stranded at third. And it's been scoreless since. So high for ball 1. But yeah, they're gonna have this little archway they're putting in. Everything looks clean here, like freshly painted, and you can tell they take pride in their program. Nice block up by Holder there. So again, he's uncommitted senior. Keep an eye on him.
Probably one of the youngest programs in our coverage area. Lawrence Lincoln established in 2003, so I'm not sure if there's any other recent school openings since then.
When did East Lincoln open? Hard ground ball at third baseman. Off the glove. Let's see if they got to play it first. Throws across is not going to be in time. So E5. We got 2 runners on here, first and second. So got a quick out, and then a single and an error, and it's now first and second. Coach Kraft going to walk out to the mound here, and as our first Ion Outdoors mound visit, again, thank you to Ion Outdoors for sponsoring the broadcast. Ion Outdoors, located, I believe, in Gaston County, mentioned that if you mention the broadcast to Ion Outdoors, they will sit down and do a free consultation and a free pool design with you. Not a free pool, but a free consultation, a free pool design. Ion Outdoors specializes in outdoor pools, patios, outdoor kitchens, just anything you could dream of for your backyard space. Get with Ion Outdoors today. So again, Bridges is pitching well. He hasn't given up a lot of hard contact. The Hancock single was hit hard, but for the most part, he's kept these Knights off balance. Be nice to get a ground ball here. See if we can get a double play ball. Get Hickory back in this dugout. This is North Lincoln's best scoring opportunity yet. See if they can capitalize. Hard line drive to the left fielder Robinson. Clean on the retrieval, but the throw is going to sail. Bounce off the bricks, but runner Hancock had held up there at third base, so no advancement. So single and error and a single load these bases for the number 3 hitter, Beckett Rinkus. So middle of the order bats coming up for North Lincoln. Great opportunity to break it open here with one big swing. And if you're Hickory, is where it gets back to those keys of the game where Bridge has got to knuckle down and pitch like an ace. And those athletes out there are going to have to make a play. So corners in here. Double play depth in the middle. North Lincoln dugout starting to make some noise. Ball's popped up, and that's going to be just behind us towards the softball field. Hard slap of the concrete. Again, big concrete walk area here. Big press box behind us. This area shares both the softball and the baseball field. Is there anything else back here?
Reminds me of Stuart Kramer a lot.
I'll say it's got that big
It's like
Hayesville
kind
Stuart
of way
Kramer.
out. You have to like drive down a little road back here, and you didn't see it when you got on campus.
Had to drop a lot of concrete to finish this project. Pop fly back behind him. So Rinkus is 1 and 2. I like the bricks.
I don't like the concrete, but I like the bricks.
So I had the brick.
But the
I'm
concrete
a big
has to
fan
be
of the
here.
brick backstop. Got the padding in the middle there. Big pitch coming up here for Bridges. Goes to the curveball. Just outside. Hickory bench wanted it. But when he saw Holder snag it up, you could see him drifting a little bit. So probably out. Good pitch. Couldn't get him the chase. We probably missed about 2-3 inches out. Goes back to it. Misses a little further out this time. So that count's going to run to 3 and 2. Full count. So only 1 out. So runners ain't going anywhere yet. Although they're going to want strong secondary leads here. Feet active. Ooh, holds off on the high fastball. That's going to be the first run of the game on a ball for RBI. So the number 3 hitter is asked to drive in runs, but he does it the unconventional way. Hancock's going to walk in to score the first run. It's 1-0. Evans up to third and McGinnis up to second. And that North Lincoln bench is about to lose their minds over here. They're getting amped. So Tucker Sigmund, third baseman, grounded out to the shortstop to end the first inning. Big swing there. So 1-1 count. Tell you, they really need a ground ball here, a double play ball. Try to keep this game close. Fly ball probably scores a run. Base hit probably scores 2. They get a ground ball in the middle of the diamond here. It's the best chance to get out of this inning with limited damage. There's that ground ball. Coming home with it. There's one, and that's going to be it. So excellent play by Eimer. So that's Evans. That's 5-2 retired on the fielder's choice. McGinnis moves up to third, Rinkus to second, and Sigmund reaches on the fielder's choice. Bryson Summey coming to bat with 2 outs. It's about as much as you can ask for there. Get a ground ball, from your pitcher, and then infielders got to do their job on the other side of it. So there's a quick strike. So 0-1. Summey popped out to the third baseman in foul territory to begin the second inning. Again, Bridges pitching well. They dropped a couple behind him. But for the most part, he's got a good mix of that fastball and that curveball. You gotta like that arm action. Looks like you could put some muscle on the kid, too. I haven't walked out with the radar gun yet. We might do that next inning. There's a swing and a drive, and that's going to be trouble. Nealon tries to run it down, but it's going to split the gaps, gets rid of it quickly. 2 are going to score on the double by Bryson Summey. So nice job by Nealon to get it in as quickly as possible. But a 2 RBI double. So McGinnis in. and Rinkus in to score. And Sigmund, good job getting all the way around. Had to be held since Nealon got rid of that ball so quickly. So 2 more out there, second and third. Elliot Dellinger to the plate now. Elliot reached on an error in the second inning and then didn't look up to see if he was pinch run for as a catcher, a courtesy run, but it was either him or whoever's running for him was caught stealing to finish or to end the second inning. So 3 runs here in the third, 1 via the walk and 2 by the double by Bryson Summing. So a good piece of hitting by Summing. Fell behind quickly and didn't try to do too much. Just stayed behind when it laced the double to left center field. 2-1. Does have a base open. So with the base open, can afford to be somewhat careful. There's another drive. See if Nealon makes a beat on it, and he does. Again, anything out there that stays up long enough, Nealon should be able to haul it in. Well, they send 8 to the plate. 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and a walk. Well, 3-0 here, heading into the top of the 4th. It's going to be J.B. Young, Harris Eimer, and Maddox McCree to lead off. It's probably a good time to talk about our 4th inning. Sponsor, Nova X Kinectics. So again, if you're a youth, high school, or college pitcher, and you're trying to take the next step in your player development, then Nova X Kinectics is for you. Directed by Anthony Payne, Coach Payne has worked with several Western North Carolina pitchers in the last few seasons and helped them make major jumps in their physicality, velocity, and overall athletic performance. By infusing data, analytics, and biomechanics, Coach Payne is trying to help pitchers get the most out of their potential. If you're looking to make strides in your pitching performance, get with Coach Payne at Nova X Kinectics ASAP. He offers in-house and remote training options for high school and college level athletes. Nova X Kinectics, new school data, old school grit. A lot of his pupils are doing really well at the college level. He's made several guys in our area jump from 80 to 90. Zach Wester, Landon Wright, Brady Ray, Carter Burnett, Mason Harrell, Peyton Maben. A lot of these guys that are starting to climb in those mid to high 8s and low 9s for some of them for sure. Carter Burnett, 97. So, I mean, it's just he's adding velo, and it's by teaching good routines, good recovery. And whether you're close to him in Asheville or on the other side of the country, you can do work with him because he does remote as well. That was a big inning. I don't know how many of those were earned. That's always the challenge here. So with Evans reaching, I still think they're all earned because he was eliminated at home plate, but by the extra out, I don't know. That's why I need a game changer to do the heavy lifting on, especially on the errors and earned runs where I always fail. It's been a quick game. I mean, the scoring broken open there in the bottom of the 3rd, but pitchers were working fast. This game's been flying by. It's going to be Schmidt out there for a 4th inning. So again, Bryson Schmidt, a sophomore. So a hard ground ball to McGinnis, picks it up, makes it look routine because it is. Out number 1. So J.B. Young is your first out, brings Harris Eimer to the plate. Again, Harris, sophomore. And a busy man over that third base today. Grounded out to his counterpart in the 1st inning. Oh, that sun finally disappeared behind the horizon. It has gotten a lot cooler down here in the foothills, and our cameras are probably thankful and no longer overheating. Ground ball. Sigmund stays down on it, fires across. Oh, off the bag, but Mincy with the old grab and tag as he flies by. So 2 outs. Nice job by Mincy coming off the bag. He's done that before. And the only hit of the evening so far for the Hickory Red Tornadoes has been Maddox McCree with that leadoff double in the 2nd. He was the only runner to reach third base and second base so far for Hickory. With 2 outs here. He's got a ground one off his foot. The umpire makes the call, and McCree is in pain. That ball went off the top of the foot. Hopefully, no tiny digits or cartilage broken there. So it's a painful strike one for Maddox McCree. It took the umpire a minute. The umpire didn't make a call until he looked down and saw McCree laying on the ground. So I was worried he was going to call that a fair ball for a minute. So 0-1 delivery coming from Schmidt. Nice pitch. Goes the curveball. 0-2 quickly. So with 2 outs here and 2 strikes, McCree has got to battle back to try to salvage anything for the 4th inning. Chases one down in the dirt. Boring fastball. Tough pitch. That's strike 3. 1-2-3 inning for Schmidt. That is his second back-to-back. It's his second straight 1-2-3 inning as we head to the bottom of the 4th. It will be Swede, Mincy, and Hancock, 7, 8, 9. Well, I want to thank our home team and our away team sponsor today. That's Owen Joseph, picking up the sponsorship for the time that we put into marketing this game to college coaches pregame and then postgame, editing and posting highlights for the North Lincoln Knights and the Hickory Red Tornadoes to share. And I end up sharing as well. Again, this is a college recruiting effort. We love our fans, our players and parents that tune in, but remember, we're trying to market this primarily to college coaches, try to create a free recruiting tool for our players down here, coordinating and communicating with our high school and Legion coaches to try to create a different way to do recruiting in Western North Carolina. Youth sports is a $40 billion a year business, and it doesn't make sense. So we're trying to push it back the other way, bring it back into the community, run a mom and pop business that helps keep money in the pockets of these families down here. So again, appreciate Owen Joseph. Still need a sponsor for tomorrow at East Lincoln. We got a away team sponsor for Lincoln Charter. We need a home team sponsor. So anybody who does business in that East Lincoln neighborhood, if you're listening, if you want to be the home team sponsor for the East Lincoln Mustangs, reach out and we'll give you some details. Well, 3-0. It's a very close game. Still plenty of time for the Red Tornadoes to come back. However, with the way Schmidt's pitching right now, they're going to have to find a way to manufacture some runs. So we're heading into State Farm insurance run territory as we're now in the bottom of the 4th. So North Lincoln scores any runs from here on out. They're brought to you by Chad McMahon, State Farm Insurance. Big fan of Chad. Worked with his son and his college recruiting. He's currently over at Surrey Community College. And Chad has been a big supporter of Western North Carolina sports for years. Sponsors not just baseball games, but a lot of the other athletic events in Haywood and Buncombe and Henderson and other Western North Carolina counties. So we appreciate you, Chad. So new pitcher here is going to be Wyatt Everman into the game, I believe. Yep, so Wyatt Everman stepping in to take over for Bridges. We'll give you the final line on Bridges here in a minute. So Everman, he's a junior, good athlete, started at shortstop today. So with Everman, there's a drive to left field that should stay up. Nealon with a B deep in the gap. Golly, what a play. So Ronan Nealon out there. It's his 5th put out. Kid's catching everything. So we'll try to figure out exactly where everybody rotated. I'm not sure if that was Bridges that moved to short after pitching. So we'll find out here. We'll just call him mystery shortstop for now. I'll walk over and check out their lineup card in a minute. And Mincy up. Mincy flew out to the center fielder, Nealon, his last time up. So, again, busy man out there in center. So Swede put a ride on that, but again, if it hangs up, Nealon's going to get it. I think the only way a ball gets down center field is if it's a top spin liner today, or if it goes over the fence. So Everman in for his first inning of work. We saw him pitch a little bit last year. High 7s, low 8s guy on the bump. There's strike 3. Looking, I don't know what Mincy was looking for there. Might have crossed him up a little bit with what he was expecting, but that called strike 3 is brought to you by Burlett Painting. Paint the corners with Burlett. So that's Styles Robinson that's moved in to play shortstop. And he's going to be challenged here up the middle. Makes a play, throws quickly. Oh, couldn't scoop it there at first. Nice effort. So with Robinson in at short, I'm assuming that means Bridges probably moved to left field. We'll write him in there for now.
What are you giving that? He might have made it out.
I think that's a single.
I do too.
So that Caleb Hancock with the infield single.
I just watched a replay.
Yeah,
and it looked very close.
That's a tough one. So we'll give him a hit. That is the 4th hit of the night for North Lincoln. So back to the top of the lineup. So 2 outs, runner on first. Grayson Evans up for a second time. Grayson has reached on an error both times. That's going to be a wild pitch and allow Hancock to move up to second. So now runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Again, Hickory still plenty in this game. However, they're going to have to knuckle down here and make sure that Hancock stays at second. Holder comes out to check on his pitcher real quick, make sure they ain't crossed up. Especially with that runner on second now. No pitch com. It doesn't look like. Looks like calling pitches the old-fashioned way. Ball out, 2-0. Charlie Goss is he's a croucher. He'd do well. That's like.
He's a catcher.
Yeah, I was gonna say, pop fly. I've been watching him down there, giving us signs. Tough play. Foul ball. Can't quite run it down.
He was that grad assistant here at Concord 1 year, coaching catchers, he said.
So he's in a permanent crouch down there. Well, not permanent, but majority of the time. It's the what do they call it, the Slavic crouch or whatever. Like, I'm Eastern European. I got that in my blood. But, like, it's big in Eastern European countries. When people hang out, they just get in a catcher squat and talk. It's a history. It's anthropology, baby. Love it.
Speaking of anthropology, did you get anybody an anthropology rock for Christmas?
What is an anthropology rock?
Look it up on TikTok.
I don't want to now.
You're missing out.
I just love cultures, learn about like how people do things. I was an English teacher, but love history.
You got mom one for Christmas, and dad was shocked.
An anthropology rock?
I'll just show you the video.
Hard line drive. Oh, what a play by Eimer! Woo, a little Scott rolling in him there. So that's some BH Granning glove work, robbing not only Evans of a hit, but robbing him of an RBI. So line out to the third baseman. Excellent defensive play by Eimer.
I cannot wait to see that one on the.
Say Hunter's probably going to try to pull that one for a highlight. So we're going to have to figure out a next level baseball play of the game at some point. I think right now it's probably the 2-run double by Summy. That might be a close second there. Good time to tell you about our Patreon. If you're listening at home and you haven't checked out the Patreon yet, please go to patreon.com/BV University WNC. It's an extension of our media coverage. We release a lot on our social media accounts, but Patreon We have memberships starting for as low as $1, and that gives you instant access to the best in Western North Carolina coverage and content of high school baseball. Preseason and playoff predictions, conference previews, power rankings, player of the weeks, podcasts, highlight films, and much, much more. Again, they start at $1, but we have different tiers that have different rewards, and all of it goes to support mountain baseball. Again, join for just $1 today.
Well, let's watch this while we're here. Maybe we'll be able to show a little bit later.
So me and Hunter are currently watching the replay on this line drive. Oh, what an angle. Hunter got the camera switch perfect. He's very proud of himself right now because it's hard. You gotta hit those buttons quick. You know?
I really liked it, the way these angles are working.
Yeah, but that'll be a fun one to pull for the weekly reviews. I've been struggling with our first weekly review, which is 3 games. It was our East Hendersonville matchup in week 1, and then East Rutherford, South Point, and West Henderson and Crest. Line drive foul by Nealon. But trying to do some weekly highlight tapes, but my computer is on the fritz and have not been able to complete it yet. So we're trying to buy a new computer this week. So again, join the Patreon, help us out. Ronan Nealon up for a second time, flew out to his counterpart, center fielder Evans, his last time up. Nealon's been playing Gold Glove defense out there. Takes a strike on the corner. He's also a great football player. I believe he's a wide receiver. Put up insane numbers this year. I believe he's an all-conference football guy. Ground ball to shortstop here. McGinnis picks it up, throws across, and Nealon with the speed makes it a lot closer than it would be for your average athlete, but still routine for McGinnis. So 6-3 on the putout brings up Darrow Holder. Darrow behind the plate, rounded out to the third baseman his first at bat. Again, Darrow, an uncommitted senior, good enough to play in college, a little undersized, but he's got a cannon behind the plate, and he might pitch this evening as well. Does not get the call, ball 1, and he should not because it hasn't been called that way. So good call by the umpire, staying consistent. All in. Say Schmidt falls behind 2-0. Say Schmidt has hit a batter this evening, but has not issued any walks. And that batter he hit, it was an 0-2 count. There's a strike on the outside corner, 2-1. Love how Schmidt is a from-the-stretch pitcher. I really encourage a lot of our young athletes to go from the stretch. Learn how to maximize your athletic movements from that position. A lot of people think they can throw harder from the windup. It's just not true. If your body's moving right through the stretch, you'll throw plenty hard. Missed there. So 3-1 count. And 1 out here for Hickory in the top of the 5th. There's a strike. I say too close there. So full count. However, he's been peppering that outside corner, so we'll see what Holder's looking for here on this 3-2 delivery. Wonder if he just goes right back to that fastball. He's got the lead, so nope, goes to the curve, and that's just out of the reach of the second baseman, Summy. Second hit of the evening, and the first one since the second inning for Hickory. So with 1 out, Hickory's going to have to start getting something cooking here soon. There's another hard line, but this one's going to stay up into the glove of Summy. Tries to pick back the Mincy for the double. A good read by Holder over there to get back in time. So line out to the second baseman, now 2 outs. Holder able to recognize and scoot back. No double play. So they're going to pinch run for the catcher here. So Holder can get ready for the next inning. It's number 13 running. So we're going to look up the number. That's Zach Rose, the junior, running for Holder. So Styles Robinson now in at shortstop. Grounded out to the shortstop, his first AB. Batting with 2 outs here and runner on first. Ooh, nice block up by Dellinger. Runner's going to be able to get there easily, though, so that's a wild pitch.
Number 13, Zach Rose for the Red Tornadoes.
So courtesy runner Zach Rose scoots down to second on the wild pitch, and a runner in scoring position for the first time since Maddox McCree's double in the second. Good scoring opportunity here at the bottom of the lineup for Styles Robinson. He's going to take a ball inside. Still a heck of a play of the third baseman Eimer to end the fourth. Excuse me, end the fifth. Fourth.
In the fourth.
Fifth? Fourth. Foul ball here by Robinson staying alive. I think we've done, again, I'm not going to too soon and knock on wood here, but I think we've done a good job through 4 games, getting everything wired in, safely wired in, covered with mats. Haven't had any issues with anybody complaining about our technical equipment. Again, knocking on wood, we're next to a giant, big wooden pole here behind home plate, so got plenty of wood to knock on. Styles with a good AB here, seeing some pitches, 2-2 count. And top of the lineup, Sam Bridges waiting on deck. Styles the sophomore. Big moment for the 28 grad. Here's delivery from Schmidt. Swing and a drive. That's going to hook foul. So 2-2 count. Going to do that again. Seen about 7-8 pitches in this AB, though. So again, big pitch coming again. Second, or the runner out there on second is the pinch runner Rose. All inside, good take. They're gonna throw back behind him, and he is just in under the tag of McGinnis. So Rose almost got caught taking a nap out there. Got to hold on to those precious base runners when you're facing someone like Schmidt, who's just wheeling and dealing, only allowing 2 hits so far. So full count coming. Does have a base open. Goes at him. Little nubber. First baseman's over to cover. Tosses it. Mincy to Schmidt. 3-1 on the putout. It's good fundamental PFP defense. Will be top of the inning for Hickory in the 6th. Heading into the bottom of the 5th. For your North Lincoln Knights, it's going to be Casey McGinnis, Beckett Rinkus, and Tucker Sigmund. Again, want to thank our away team and our home team sponsor tonight, Owen Joseph. Thanks for sponsoring the time that goes towards marketing this game to college coaches pregame and editing and posting highlights for these teams afterwards for the recruiting and scouting purposes. Again, Owen Joseph, humble organization. They don't even want an ad read. They just said, hey, take the sponsorship, help the boys. So, again, if you're interested in sponsoring a home team or a away team on any game on our schedule, reach out to us. Very affordable sponsorships that are big for us. Help us run these broadcasts every week. So, again, thank you to Owen Joseph. So, again,
is that right?
2 hits for Hickory. Yep. So 0 runs, 2 hits, 3 errors is the line for Hickory. 3 runs, 4 hits, 0 errors for North Lincoln. Starting to think ahead again for some players of the game. Player of the game, I think I'm leaning towards the pitcher, Schmidt, Bryson Schmidt. Could also make a case for Bryson Summey with the 2 RBI double that broke open the scoring. Technically, it's Beckett Rinkus' bases loaded walk that opened up the scoring, but Summey broke it open a little bit. Again, play of the game, You got Eimer making a nice snag there at third. Again, the Summy double. So Hunter and I will figure all that out at some point. Yeah, we never did get around to telling you the final line on Bridges. He went 3 innings, allowed 3 runs on 1, 2, 3 hits. So 3 runs on 3 hits, struck out. Do we have a K? Nope, no Ks for Bridges. He walked 1, so 3 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, 0 strikeouts, 1 walk. He's fairly efficient. Everman in now for his second inning of work. Fouled back to the screen by McGinnis. So, again, McGinnis leading off for the Knights, who have a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the 5th. This game's been cruising. Everman working on a 1-2 count, trying to retire the very athletic and dangerous Casey McGinnis. McGinnis going to pop one up on the first base side. Second baseman all the way over to make the play. So 1 out on the pop-up foul territory of the second baseman. Is that the first baseman or second baseman that came over and got that? Second. Okay. Yes, I got that right. All right, Beckett Rinkus. Beckett is 0 for 1, had the RBI walk, and came around to score a run in that 3rd inning. So again, Everman scoreless 4th, gave up a single. Retires the first batter here in the 5th. So inning in the 3rd scoreless, allowing just the 1 hit so far. Rinkus in right field this evening. Whew. I'd put a hoodie on here too. Sorry about that. Was putting on a hoodie. We come back to a 2-2 count here. Holder gonna jog out to talk to Everman real quick about this 2-2 pitch upcoming. All right, 2-2 pitch coming here. Although it's going to be full count here with 1 out, nobody on. So, yeah, it's crazy. Foothill weather, go from sweating to chilly in an hour's time. Foul ball. I know the chilly weather ain't left Western North Carolina totally yet either. Next week, we're planning on the St. Patrick's Day Madison at Mountain Heritage game, and I think they're predicting 40-degree weather, and it's going to be up there in Burnsville, so could even be a scotch colder. Ball high. So 3-2 pitch results in a ball 4. First walk given up by Everman. Go walk behind home plate real quick and get a couple velocity readings. Long way.
Let's go, what?
My mic goes out of range over there. It's crazy.
It does?
Yeah.
How'd you know?
Because it goes to the symbol. It's like you can't connect. That's wild. Because like I've had cheaper mics in the past that can connect further. But anyway, so Everman, he's about 79-80 on the fastball right now. That was a fielder's choice there, correct? What was the fielder? Was it 4 to 6? What was that fielder's choice?
5 to 4.
5 to 4. Okay, so 5 to 4 on that fielder's choice. Sigmund's on it first. 2 outs here. So again, a pop out to start, a walk, a fielder's choice, and now we got 2 outs. Bryson Summey up. Summey 1 for 2 had that big hit in the third to break it open a little bit with a 2 RBI double. There's a hard line drive right back up the middle again. So Summey hitting the ball really well this evening. It'll be first and second now. Sigmund on second, Summey on first. 2 for 3 on the evening for Summey. I bring Elliot Dellinger up to the plate, 0 for 2, reached on an error in the second. There's another mound visit here from Coach Kraft. Again, our mound visits are brought to you by Ion Outdoors. Ion Outdoors customizes pools, outdoor patios, outdoor kitchens, anything you can dream up for your backyard space. So if you feel you got a project in mind, if you mention the broadcast, they'll do a free consultation and pool design with you if you bring up Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. So we appreciate Ion Outdoors, and we'll see what knowledge Coach Kraft dropped on Wyatt Everman and the rest of the Red Tornadoes out there, and see if they can figure out a plan to get out of this inning untouched. So 3-0 is still our score. Elliot Dellinger up for a third time. There's a hard line drive down the left field line, and that is going to score Summey. As a Chad McMahon insurance run by Elliot Dellinger. So RBI single. So RBI single scores Sigmund from second base. Summey's going to hold up at second there. So back-to-back singles by Summey and Dellinger. Dellinger drives in the 4th run of the game. Again, insurance run's important. And with the way Schmidt's been pitching, you got to wonder if 4-0 feels like 10-0. So Everman in the second inning of work had 2 outs, but those 2 2-out hits are going to sting the Tornadoes here. Another hard line drive, and that ball is just foul. So it was close, but no cigar. About 4 inches wide of the chalk line out there. So that's Jaron Swede. Again, Jaron up for a third time. He's flown out to the center fielder twice. He gave one a ride his last time up that Neeland out there chased down. Again, Jaron heading off to Erskine next year. Just missed a base hit there. First and second. There's a force out of any bag here. Oh, that ball's in the dirt. It's going to be a wild pitch, allow both runners to move up. So 2 in scoring position here with 2 outs. And Hickory needs to buckle down here. try to prevent any free passes, free windows here. We've got first base open here, so I can be careful of Swede. 1-1 count. And left fielder out there, I think that's Bridges, who went out there after pitching, is hugging that line. So big gap in left center field. Again, Nealon can cover a lot of room with all the line drive, top spin line drives to left field. He's going to hug that line a little bit. One, 2 count now. Everman with the chance to end the inning here, limit the damage. And again, this is one of the keys of the game that we put to North Lincoln, is try to get the starting pitcher out early, challenge the depth of Hickory's pitching. Again, they have the ace McCree they're saving for Friday. But although there's some good athletes, they don't quite have the pitching depth as the North Lincoln Knights. But good pitch there. Gets the K. That was a swinging K, right? Okay, so gets the swinging K. It is 2 hits, 1 run, no errors. Heading into the top of the 6th, it'll be the top of the lineup with Bridges, Everman, and Young. Stay connected on social media with Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Like and subscribe on our YouTube. I don't have to give you the YouTube address. You're watching it, so just subscribe. Also, like us on Facebook, Twitter, also known as X, and Instagram at BB University WNC. Again, we are the best and maybe the only, it seems at times, of Western North Carolina high school baseball coverage. So for the best content and coverage, make sure you subscribe to all our social media spots. Well, we're getting into the late innings here. 2 more chances for the Red Tornadoes. They got the top of the lineup here, so it's going to be one of their best shots in the top of the 6th. Well, how are you feeling on player of the game, play of the game type situations?
I'm trying to get your play of the game loaded up.
You like that Eimer catch? All right. Leaning towards player of the game, I'm leaning towards this pitcher. You know, Schmidt's been just dialed in. Bryson Schmidt, he's only allowed, 2 hits? No walks. He struck out 1, 2, only 2 batters, but he's been very efficient. A lot of ground ball outs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ground ball outs for Schmidt. Only allowed the 2 hits. Had the 1 hit batter. So I'm leaning towards Schmidt for the CamWood Bat player of the game, but there's still time. You know, if Hickory can do a comeback here, obviously we'll choose a Red Tornado. Good take there by Bridges. 2-1 on the count. Yeah, at the top of the lineup here, got to get some runners on. Bridges is 0 for 2. Ground out and a fly out. Good take. Ooh, he gets the call. I don't like that call. It was a good pitch, but I don't think it was a strike. Bottom of the zone. 2-2 count. The umpire's been pretty good tonight, too, so it is what it is. ABS. Goes back to that pitch. Good hold by Bridges. Good mix by Schmidt. It's a wise pitch by the young sophomore pitcher. They got the call. They try to go back in that zone with that curveball. There it is again. Gets him looking. So kept going to the curveball. Called strike 3. Brought to you by Burlett Painting. Painting the corners with Burlett.
Got 1 out.
That brings Everman up. Everman started this game at short. Has been your pitcher the last 2 innings. Ground out and a K. So that's the 3rd strikeout on the evening for Schmidt. And Everman, nice archetypal left-handed swing and shortstop. Ground ball to the second baseman, Summy. Throws it over for out number 2. 10 ground ball outs for Schmidt.
JB
JB Young to the plate, playing second base this evening. Was hit by a pitch in the first, grounded out in the fourth. JB Young. And that 3-hole takes ball 1. We're going to do post-game interviews. If you want to do it, I guess we're just going to do it right here in front of home plate, as close to the computer as possible. Got to invest in some new mics, which we did this year, but these mics apparently don't have the range of last year's cheaper mics, so we're going to have to make an investment on some better microphones at some point here in the broadcast season. Schmidt delivers, fly ball to right field. It's going to hang up there for Rinkus, and that is a can of corn. 1, 2, 3 inning for Schmidt. That is his third 1, 2, 3 inning of the game. He's been limiting the base runners. So going to the bottom of the 6th, it's going to be Mincy, Hancock, and then back to the top with Grayson Evans. So no runs, no hits, no errors in that 6th inning. Let's thank our in-game sponsors again. Again, Iron Outdoors, our pitching mound visit sponsor. Seen their name flash up a couple times. Chad McMahon, State Farm Insurance. He came up in the 5th inning on Elliot Dellinger's RBI single. Granning Landscapes. They're there for all our BH Granning glove work. So any fine plays you see are brought to you by BH Granning. Again, we've seen some fine work today. Hauling Solutions and Grading sponsor all our stolen bases. So just like they're hauling gravel all around Western North Carolina, some of these runners are hauling tail on the base pass, and they're going to recognize them for their stolen bases. Burlett Painting sponsors all our called third strike. And CamWood Bats is our player of the game sponsor, and Next Level Baseball is our play of the game sponsor. Do we want to go ahead and throw it out there, or are we going to wait till the 7th? Okay, we're going to wait.
I gotta make sure it gets in.
Hey, want to mention too, we're looking for interns. Last 2 years, we put out information to local colleges and on our social media, looking for motivated college students looking for credits that they feel can, bring their knowledge to the broadcast and help us with either social marketing, broadcast tech, broadcast production. But if you're interested in working in television and live sports broadcasts, give us a look. And it's hard to find dependable help. It is something we've noticed as the business has grown. We got Hunter involved, and he's our first ever employee, so he's been doing great. He's motivated. Looking for the same archetype, those young college students, college grads looking to build a resume and help bring the very best in broadcasting to Western North Carolina baseball. Hard ground ball by Mincy, but foul wide of the third base line. Mincy 0 for 2, flew out and struck out. Third at bat of the evening. I think at one point Blake had some interest in pursuing college ball, but I think he's going to hang it up after this year. It's been a big part of this Knights program with Coach Goss. Played first base for the Knights last year in their state championship run. Very reliable glove. Everman back out for a third inning. Unless Hickory can find the lead in the top of the 7th, this will probably be the last inning for Everman. That's out number 1. Foul ball down the... Who's that second baseman came across on that? Say I was looking down at my paper. So one down here. So it was a fly ball to the right fielder. This happens when you take your eyes away from the game action for a second. Zerman's pitched pretty well out there. He's given up the 1 run. Had a scoreless 4th, almost had a scoreless 5th, had the first 2 outs. Gave up back-to-back singles from Summy and Dellinger. Got the first out quickly here in the 6th. Falls behind 3-0 here, though.
3-0.
So 3-0 on the number 9 hitter, Caleb Hancock. There's strike one. So Everman wearing number 7, pitching to Hancock wearing number 7. See who comes out on the lucky end.
3-1.
3-1 count. And if you're Everman here, don't complicate it. Complicate it here. You're just going to go after that 9 hitter and let your defense play. Swing and a miss. Foul tip actually into the glove. Full count now.
Full count.
Hard pounding ground ball. That's going to be foul. Wide of the bag. So timer over there. He made a heck of a play back in the 4th inning. Ended the 4th with a runner on second, saving a run. Made a Brooks Robinson-esque snag on the line drive at third base. So Hancock got that full count pitch coming up again here. Everman delivers. All up. It's going to be ball 4, so base runner here in the 6th. Grace Evans up to the plate for a 4th time. He's the one that lined out the Eimer in the 4th. He is technically 0 for 3, but he's reached base twice on errors. And it hit that ball really hard in the 4th. It's a loud out in the box score. Evans been playing a solid center field this evening as well. Pulls bunt. Called strike. Runner does not take off. It's Hancock at first. So 0-1 count to Evans. Runner goes. Ball out. Throw down. Not in time. So stolen base for Hancock. And stolen base is brought to you by Hauling Solutions. Hauling Solutions grading and mulch and just about everything else you can haul. And Caleb Hancock was hauling tail down to second base there. So 1 out, runner in scoring position here for Evans. Pop fly down the right field line. They're going to give chase, but it's going to be foul. Everybody slow walk back to their spots. We're going to do this 1-2 pitch here to Evans, your leadoff hitter on the game. 3rd hitter in the inning. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So that's a big out there for Everman and the Tornadoes. It's going to bring Kaysen McGinnis up. Kaysen 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. Dangerous hitter. Heading off to UNC Wilmington next year. It shows you the type of talent these foothills can produce. Again, Wyatt Everman doing a good job in relief, giving up just the 1 run. But it doesn't really matter if there's zeros on your offense. There's a line drive to right center field, and that's going to be an insurance run. So McGinnis didn't try to do too much, just pokes it out in the right center. And that is a Chad McMahon State Farm insurance run scoring Hancock from second base. So a good line on the evening for McGinnis. So 2 for 4 with an RBI and at least 1 run scored here so far for McGinnis. I'll bring Beckett Rinkus up to the plate. Beckett 0 for 1, had 2 walks. One of them an RBI. Here's a hard ground ball knocked down by Young. Throws over to first for the final out. So 4-3 is your final out of the 6th inning. So final line for Rinkus is 0 for 2 with 2 walks, an RBI, and a run. Heading into the top of the seventh, last chance for the Tornadoes. It's going to be the 4, 5, 6 hitters up in Eimer, McCray, and Nealon. Well, Hunter, if Schmidt closes out here, are you opposed to him being our CamWood Bats player of the game?
No, give me a.
I got to start writing his line. So he's so far worked 6 innings, allowing just the 2 hits. Still 0 walks, I believe, as well. Let me double check. Just the 1 hit batter, so 0 walks. And as of now, he's collected 1, 2, 3 Ks. And I want to pay attention to those ground ball outs. So again, I think it's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 ground ball outs. Well, there it is, Hunter. We're going to predict right now. I put 7 down, but I got to add to any hits, walks, Ks, or ground outs. So you can start getting that ready. And again, maybe we have ourselves a 5-run comeback here by Hickory and have ourselves a ball game. Still time. Crazier things have happened in Western North Carolina baseball. Eimer, hard ground ball. Nice play down there by Sigmund, but he's going to throw high, and that ball is to the fence. But we're going to go ahead and give him a single on the play since he did dive for it. So 3 hits given up on the evening now for Schmidt.
Got no outs in, 1 on.
Now bring Maddox McCree to the plate. And McCree had the big double back in the to lead off the second. They could use some of that now. Need as many base runners as they can here.
Sorry.
Hey, real quick, want to shout out our 7th inning sponsor, Hale Tax Solutions, the official tax preparer of Baseball University. They've been in business since 1997, and they're headed by former IRS agents that understand those tax systems complexities. Pitch coming from Schmidt, ball up. They're our tax preparer, and they do a great job helping us manage our funds and obviously getting everything paid at the beginning of the year. So if you're in need of bookkeeping services, consulting, or even representation at state audits, you got to give Hale Tax Solutions a call because tax season is in full swing. So again, the leadoff single by Eimer. Sigmund made a great play on him, but just couldn't get the throw. Bounder, could be 2. McGinnis touches the bag, throws the first. That is a keep it yourself. 6-3 double play, and that is some BH Granning glove work if I've ever seen it. So 6-3, kept it himself on the putout. That's going to bring Ronan Nealon, who's had a heck of a game in center field. Last chance to keep this game going here. He's flew out, and he's grounded out here. So again, Schmidt with another ground ball out. Does that count as 2 ground ball outs? I don't even know. I'm going to say 11 ground ball outs, or is that 12? That's 12 outs via the ground ball with that double play. I don't know if that's how they officially do it. So excellent work by Schmidt tonight, working on a shutout, a 3-hit shutout, no walks. He did have the 1-hit batter, 3 Ks. So it shows you kids, you don't have to strike everybody out. That's why his pitch count is so low, allowing him to get deep in this game. And again, I believe he's only a sophomore, folks, so he's going to be a name to watch for college recruiting purposes. So that fastball has been probably low 8s, maybe touching mid. Nealon working them here, 1-2 count, trying to stay alive. Swing and a miss. That is it. That is his 4th strikeout of the night. So final line for Bryson Schmidt is 7 innings, 0 runs, 3 hits, 0 walks, 4 Ks, and 12 ground ball outs. Gotta love it. So let's go ahead and head into the post-game show. I'm going to give you some totals here as we go along. For Hickory, Sam Bridges, 0 for 3. Wyatt Everman, 0 for 3. J.B. Young,
0 for 2 with a hit by pitch. Harris Eimer, 1 for 3. Maddox McCree, 1 for 3 with a double. Ronan Nealon, 0 for 3. Darren Holder was 1 for 2. Blake Ruse, 0 for 2. And Stiles Robinson, 0 for 2. For the pitchers, Sam Bridges worked 3 innings, gave up 3 runs on 3 hits, 0 Ks, 1 walk. Final line for Wyatt Everman was 2 runs, 3 innings, allowed 3 hits, struck out 3, walked 2. So again, Everman, 3 innings pitched, 2 runs, 3 hits, 3 Ks, 2 walks. Let's go ahead and break down your North Lincoln Knights. Grayson Evans was 0 for 4. Casey McGinnis, 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. Beckett Rinkus, 0 for 2 with 2 walks, an RBI, and a run. Tucker Sigmund was technically 0 for 3 but scored a run. Bryson Summy was 2 for 3 with a double and 2 RBIs and a run scored. So great line for, no run scored. Sorry. So 2 for 3 with a double and 2 RBIs for Summy. Good line. Elliot Dellinger was 1 for 3 with an RBI. Jaron Swede, 0 for 3. Blake Mincy, 0 for 3. And Caleb Hancock out of the 9-hole, 2 for 2 with 2 runs, a walk, and a stolen base. I feel like there's a couple other stolen bases on here I got to find real quick. 12 ground ball outs. That's counting that double play. All right. And a stolen base also for Grayson Evans. I think that was our 2 stolen bases for North Lincoln. And pretty sure. So let's hop into that Bryson Schmidt line. So again, Bryson Schmidt's going to be our player of the game. We'll introduce that in a minute. But 7 innings, allowed 3 hits, 0 runs, struck out 4, 0 walks, had the shutout win, and had 12 ground ball outs. Wow, gotta love that. I still feel like I'm missing a stolen base in here somewhere. So let me take one last quick glance. Nope, I think that's it, Hunter. I think that is our line. So let's talk about the player of the game real quick. CamWood Bats is our player of the game sponsor, located in Haywood County, but they serve baseball and softball players across the nation. Game bats, trainers, tees, tutorials, and more are available for purchase at camwoodbats.com. As part of our partnership with CamWood, make sure to use the coupon code BBUWNC for a 10% discount on all purchases through their website. And again, that player of the game is going to be Bryson Schmidt, 7-inning shutout, only gave up 3 hits, 4 Ks, 12 ground ball outs. Fastball was low 8s, mid 8s, good stuff. Man, that's just as a pitching coach, you just love to see the kid just fill it up, go after it, no walks. Again, had the 1-hit batter. But we'll find him in a bit and take a picture with him. But I think we're going to hop in and show you our Next Level Baseball Play of the Game. So, again, our sponsor for Next Level Play of the Game is Next Level Baseball North Carolina. And they're the only showcase organization in Western North Carolina that we endorse. Coach Rick DeArmas does a great job developing culture and creating player development opportunities for youth players of all ages, running out of that Montreat system. So without further ado, here's your Next Level Play of the Game. This is actually Hickory's third baseman, Harris Eimer, snagging a line drive to end the it was the 4th inning and stop further runs from scoring. So Hunter's going to throw that up here in just a minute. And like I said, stick with us here. We're going to go track down Bryson Schmidt. And here's your Next Level Play of the Game. Boom. See that hard line drive? And Hunter's going to show you a couple different angles here, I believe. So there's the first one. Again, that would have scored another run. Game was close at the time. D cleats, boom. Brooks Robinson, Scott Rowland, Mike Schmidt. Very good defense there by the third baseman. We got to love the D cleat. Just
boom, snags it in the webbing. So as our next level baseball North Carolina play of the game. Gotta love it. So, all right. Well, I'm going to go find Bryson Schmidt and see if we can't do a quick picture and an interview with them. Well, Hunter, what you going to do? Do some ad reads while I get them?
I want to thank the following sponsors, following businesses who are home team sponsors tonight, supporting the time put towards marketing this game to college coaches pregame and editing and posting highlights for the North Lincoln Knight prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media. Appreciate Owen Joseph being our home team sponsor tonight. And also want to thank them for being our away team sponsor as well, supporting the time put towards marketing this game to college coaches pregame and editing and posting highlights for the Hickory Red Tornado prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media. Appreciate all Owen Joseph has done for Baseball University over time. I want to thank all our sponsors tonight. Thank you again to Meineke, Bloom Patch Farms, Comfort Keepers, American Legion Post 70, Nova X Kinetics, Hale Tax Solutions, Goodicedtea, House of Power, Peak Performance Vault, Ion Outdoors, Chad McMahon State Farm Insurance, Granning Landscapes Incorporated, Hauling Solutions and Grading, Burlett Painting, CamWood Bats, and Next Level Baseball. Appreciate all these businesses for sponsoring Baseball University of the Blue Ridges Western North Carolina Scout and Streaming Series. For the best coverage and content of Western North Carolina baseball, visit our Patreon at patreon.com/bbuniversitywnc. Here you'll find conference previews, preseason and playoff predictions, power rankings, players of the week, podcast, highlight films, and much more. Memberships start at $1, and all the money raised stays right here in Western North Carolina. Support Mountain Baseball. Stay connected on social media with Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Like and subscribe on YouTube at youtube.com/@bbuniversitywnc. Like us on Facebook at Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram at bbuniversitywnc. And check out the website at baseballu.org. I think we're going to try to get an interview.
Well, I think I'm back in range. I talked to Coach for a minute. We're going to have Bryson Schmidt, and I think, is it also Bryson Summy? They both Brysons, but we're going to have them over to talk for a minute. Summy had the big hit to bust it open, and then Schmidt, obviously, our player of the game. Let me know when you're ready. We'll try to get a picture of them.
Let's see if we can get this going.
I guess I'm just going to bring them right over here to talk.
Mm-hmm. I'd go right out there behind the plate.
Right,
I'll tell you when to go.
This is Mama's ring. Well, I'm trying to lose. This is my mother's ring. What? That's what I was watching all the way up. I've lost her video.
Probably the
Well, I
We're back in. I better quit. All right, start that over. I'm sorry.
Just runners on base, gotta be ready. Throwing strikes, gotta hit something in the gaps, gotta do a job mainly.
What was it, strikes? It was
Yes,
a two.
sir.
Yeah, I
Yes,
was
sir.
gonna say.
Yeah.
So it was like backside hitting.
Yes, sir.
And Nealand out there catching
Yeah,
everything. Like
absolutely.
you had to hit a ball that hard.
Yep.
So, you got. You look at last year. Close.
I think we build each other up, and we have confidence in every batter in the lineup, and we just keep going, push each other, just cheer on. And
do you almost look forward to those opportunities?
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say like a different hero every different night type thing.
yeah, always trying to just put on play, give yourself a chance, and just do it. I think we're a lot better defensively. Our pitchers are absolutely studs. I mean,
I saw your JV game.
Yeah. you have a good group up too.
Hey, we're gonna. This picture taken. All right, thank you. All right, well, hey, we're going to be wrapping it up here. We appreciate everybody joining us tonight at North Lincoln. Great environment, great fans, and giving us every single reason to want to come back into town.
Baseball University of the Blue Ridge thanks you for tuning into the Western North Carolina Scout and Streaming Series. From Lincolnton, North Carolina, on the campus of North Lincoln High School, this has been coverage of Western North Carolina High School baseball, where the North Lincoln Knights defeat the Hickory Red Tornadoes by a score of 5-0. For Ryan Cook, I'm Hunter Street, wishing you a good night, and we will see you tomorrow.